This is a Squiz Kids podcast. Your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you.
She grew up on a Christmas tree farm in Pennsylvania. She signed her very first music deal at the age of 14, and she's the star of the highest earning music tour the world has ever seen. No, this isn't a fairy tale. This is your Squiz Kids Shortcut to Taylor Swift, the podcast where we dive into the who, what, when, where, why and how of the big news stories. I'm Christy Kijarina.
And I'm Bryce Corbett. And yes, you're right, Christy. Unless you've been living in a cave with no Wi-Fi, you've probably caught on that Taylor Swift is kind of a big deal.
Absolutely, Bryce. I mean, try and do anything online and bam, there's Taylor winning another award. Or there's a sea of Swifties dressed up like their idol. She's like a superhero of the music world, soaring from one triumph to the next.
Yeah, well, that's one way to put it, Christy. Taylor Swift isn't just a star, though. She is a supernova. But
she is.
Things weren't always this way, right? I mean, there was a time, BT, before Taylor.
Oh, those dark ages, I vaguely remember. But fear not, today we're hopping into our musical time machine and zooming back to 1989, the year Taylor Swift entered the world.
That's right, we're on a mission today to uncover who Taylor Swift was before the fame, why she became a beacon of hope and an inspiration to millions, and how she became the dazzling, chart-topping, record-breaking superstar we know today. So, grab your glittery microphones and let's get this show on the road.
Listen carefully, there's a squiz at the end.
Who?
Bryce, let's travel back in time to December 13, 1989, when Taylor Allison Swift made her first grand entrance. As I mentioned earlier, Taylor's story began on a Christmas tree farm, owned by her parents, Scott and Andrea.
That's right, Christy. Imagine waking up every day surrounded by fields of Christmas trees. Her childhood sounds like it was plucked straight from the pages of a storybook, doesn't it?
It sure does. It's like she lived in a fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
And then, a couple of years later, along came her sidekick, her younger brother, Austin. These two, unlike many siblings, were allies in adventure, and they're still great friends today.
And speaking of family, Taylor also shares a special bond with her mum and dad and has written numerous songs about them.
Aww.
Before they became the keepers of the Christmas tree kingdom, they had bustling careers in the big city, in finance and in advertising, which doesn't sound very musical. So, Christy, where did Taylor's love of music come from?
That's an easy one, Bryce. Taylor's inspiration was none other than her grandmother, Marjorie. Marjorie was actually a star in her own right, and as an opera singer, had a huge influence on Taylor. She studied music at university in 1949 when it was still very much a man's domain.
Whoa.
Before winning a talent contest which gave her the opportunity to tour around the world.
Wow.
Sound familiar?
Sure does.
She even had her own TV show way back in the 1960s.
No way! That is incredible.
Yeah.
So, with her parents' support and her grandmother's inspiration, by the tender age of 10, Taylor was sharing her voice with the world, singing at local fairs and in contests. And at the age of 12, it just so happened that her local computer repairman taught her a few chords on a guitar.
What?
Now equipped with this skill, Taylor started writing her own songs, beginning her journey as the singer-songwriter we know today.
That's right, Bryce. By the age of 14, Taylor was writing and performing her own style of country music. And her mum and dad, seeing that she had talent and ambition, decided to pack up their dreams and set their sights on Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeehaw.
The land where country music dreams come true.
They sure do. And while that's all very interesting, Christy, why did a young girl from a Christmas tree farm grow into a global superstar adored by millions?
Why?
Bryce, I know all about Tay-Tay's influence because my daughter is a certified Swiftie.
Ah, mine too.
There are T-shirts emblazoned with Taylor's face and posters that turn her room into a virtual Swift sanctuary.
Cool.
The devotion that her fans have for her is out of this world.
Yeah, it sure is. It's almost like Taylor has cast a spell with her music, Christy. Every song that she crafts is a little piece of her heart packed with personal experiences. She even put out an album called The Diary, and it's this genuine, heartfelt connection that transforms her fans into what's called Swifties. They don't just listen to her music, they live it.
They certainly do. And not only that, Taylor has said that by sharing her own struggles and triumphs, she really hopes to encourage others to persevere through their own challenges.
Yeah, that's right. And once Taylor switched from country to pop music with her album 1989, her fan base broadened and she found a whole new audience, from toddlers to grandparents. And the Eras tour, which showcases her transition between different music styles, shows just how broad her appeal is.
And you know how I said earlier that Tay-Tay's parents were business people?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because her mum worked in advertising, Taylor became a pioneer in the digital realm, connecting with her fans through her website and MySpace. That's what we had before Facebook.
I remember that.
Way back in 2008.
Yes.
Well before the spread of social media, she made genuine connections with her fans early on in her career.
Yeah, so clever. But beyond her music, Taylor has also put her influence to use for greater causes, advocating for artists' rights for fair pay from record labels and streaming services. Taylor has been a vocal advocate for fairness in the music business.
But her impact extends well beyond the music scene. She's actively supported various charities, from disaster relief efforts to education to healthcare. Her generosity and commitment to helping others were especially evident during the pandemic, when she provided financial support to many in need.
And in recognition of her wide-reaching influence, Taylor Swift was named Time Person of the Year in 2023. Now, this is an honour that underscores her impact not just in entertainment, but as a positive force in the world. So, Christy, the question is, how did she do all of this?
How?
How did she do it, Bryce? That's the big question. How did she transform herself from singing into a hairbrush to a global superstar?
Right.
Well, aside from her undeniable talent, it's down to three things. Good management,
Yep.
relentless hard work, and perseverance.
Yeah, that's right. Taylor's journey has been supported by a strong foundation, her family. They've been her cheerleaders from the start. Imagine Taylor, just 11 years old, distributing her demo recordings to recording studios with her mum, Andrea, faithfully waiting in the car.
Oh, wow.
And then there's Taylor's dad, Scott, of course, who is a figure so beloved in the Swift universe for his warmth and generosity. He's often spotted spreading joy among fans by handing out guitar picks at Taylor's concerts, as we saw at the MCG just last week.
What an awesome family.
I know.
And Bryce, talking of hard work, Taylor is a force of nature. By the age of 34, she's graced the world with 234 songs across 14 albums.
Amazing.
But her creativity doesn't stop with the music. She's also shared her journey in the documentary Miss Americana.
Yep, seen it.
She's lent her voice to beloved characters like Audrey in the Lorax.
Yep, love it.
And she's appeared in several films.
And over and above just writing songs, Tay-Tay goes the extra mile, embedding clues and secret messages, or what we like to call Easter eggs, into songs for Swifties to discover.
But of course, Bryce, where there's light, shadow also follows. Taylor has had her share of naysayers and critics.
The haters. Haters gonna hate.
That's awesome. Yes, that is so true. Who've misrepresented her intentions or challenged her talent.
Yeah.
But, like a true artist, Taylor transforms negativity into empowerment. Her anthem, Shake It Off, is a testament to rising above and dancing out of the shadows of criticism.
Hallelujah to that. Now, since the beginning of her career, Taylor Swift has been honoured, get this, with over 500 award nominations and has clinched 324 victories. Her voice now reaches more than the combined populations, if you can believe this, Christy, of Australia, New Zealand and the UK on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music every single day.
Oh my.
I know. And as of October 2023, she has joined the ranks of the world's billionaires. And yes, that's billion with a B.
Amazing. And she's still only 34 years old.
Incredible. So there you have it, folks. It's a story that inspires. A reminder that with a bit of magic, a lot of hard work, and an unwavering spirit, dreams can indeed come true.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening.
Question number 1. Where did Taylor Swift grow up? Yeah, well done. If you said that she grew up on a Christmas tree farm in the state of Pennsylvania in the United States.
Question number 2. What is the name of Tay-Tay's nana who was such an inspiration to her? That's right, her name's Marjorie, and there's even a song about her.
Question number 3. What is the name of the album where Taylor switched genres from country music to pop music? Yeah, congrats if you said 1989.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for joining us as we explored the who, what, how, when, where and why of Taylor Swift. Teachers, there are a whole heap of excellent classroom resources related to this topic on the Squiz Kids website. And there's a link to them in the episode notes.
That is so clever of you, Christy.
Thank you.
Now all that's left to do is for you all to get out there and have a most excellent day.
Over and out.